Apparently the talk of the town is WordPress is dead, cooked and finished. All because of this thing called EmDash. Launched on 1st April, it's a full stack TypeScript CMS built on Astro 6.0. It runs on Cloudflare serverless stack and they're positioning it as the modern successor to WordPress. It looks promising, but is it really a WordPress alternative, or is it just solving a problem that for most WordPress users doesn't even exist in the first place? Let's get into it. Right now there are two ways to actually try EmDash. You can use their online playground, which gives you about an hour to explore before it wipes everything. Or if you want something more permanent, you can deploy it yourself on Cloudflare using R2 storage. So on first login, it tells you are operating as an administrator. You click get started and well, look at this. Left sidebar in black, your navigation down the side, dashboard in the middle, pages, posts, media, comments, menus and so on. If you have used WordPress for 5 minutes, this is instantly familiar. The post editor in EmDash uses TinyMC style rich text editor with fields for excerpt, slug, taxonomy and SEO. It stores your content as one blob of HTML. So anything beyond basic paragraphs and headings means writing raw HTML or relying on shortcodes. WordPress handles this completely different. You pick a block, drop it in and start adding content. Tables, columns, buttons, media, all of it without touching a single line of code. Alright, let's keep going through the admin. Pages work basically like posts. Media library is there but pretty basic. Can't edit images, can't do much beyond upload. Comments, menus, widgets are back, which is kind of funny. It's like pre-Gutenberg WordPress. Now the one thing I do think is genuinely cool is content types. If we open this up, you've got posts and pages by default. You can create your own custom content types directly from the UI. So let's say I want to create books. I give it a slug. I enable revisions, SEO, I hit create. And now books is a real content type in my sidebar. For anyone who's been jumping through ACF hoops for years just to get basic custom post types working, this is a nice experience. But it's important to know that we do this in WordPress as well. It's a better UX in EmDash, but it's not a capability WordPress is missing. Plugins in EmDash aren't installed from the UI. You add them to astro.config.mjs and they extend the CMS. Having a plugin on EmDash means editing a config file, running a build and redeploying the site. That's not a click and install workflow like we have in WordPress. With WordPress, getting a plugin is so easy, anyone can do it. Search, install, activate and done. Also, EmDash has a handful of example plugins on GitHub. There is no marketplace or directory like you have with WordPress. Users, roles and invites all are standard. Passkey authentication by default is a nice touch. In WordPress, you have better security with managed hosts like InstaWP, where every site sits behind edge level WAF, behavioral bot fingerprinting, layer 7 DDoS protection blocking malicious traffic in under 10 milliseconds. Settings are standard: title, tagline, post per page, security settings. You've got API tokens. You can use AI tokens to pull AI features in, which Fairplay the AI agent stuff with the MCP server is genuinely interesting for developers. That's a real modern advantage. But again in 2026, most of the platforms including InstaWP have MCP integrations now. It's becoming table stakes, not a differentiator. They have built a WordPress importer. You point it at a URL or upload a WXR file. It moves posts, pages, media, categories, tags, authors. That's the WXR spec. But your plugins, your theme, your Gutenberg block content will come across as raw HTML and lose its block semantics. The WXR import gives you your blog post. It does not give you your website. So let's go back to the original question. Is EmDash really a WordPress alternative? Is it the spiritual successor? And let's be brutally honest about it. EmDash is not a WordPress alternative. It's an interesting version 0.1 TypeScript CMS with legitimately clever plugin isolation model that only applies if you deploy on Cloudflare. The portable text model is modern. The Astro frontend is fast. The MCP server for AI agents is forward thinking. Though more serious platforms, InstaWP included, have MCP integration now. But as a reasonable replacement for a real WordPress stack, no. Not for an agency running client sites, not for WooCommerce operators, not for anyone depending on plugin ecosystem, page builders, or anything resembling client editable content. And the security pitch, which is the load-bearing argument for the entire product, only lands if your baseline is unmanaged WordPress on cheap hosting. If you're on modern managed WordPress, the attack surface they're selling against is already closed at the edge. So let me land this. Don't think of ditching WordPress just like that. Audit your hosting. If you're not on managed hosting with features like WAF, vulnerability scanner, and daily automated backups, switch to InstaWP. Every concrete security concern EmDash is raising can be solved at the hosting layer itself. So until next time, take care.